Hello again, and welcome back to the Executive Training Company. In our last session, we destroyed the myth of the standalone project. We established that a project cannot simply be profitable. It must actively strengthen your core business ecosystem. Today, we take the next step. If we aren't just chasing random profits, what are we chasing? Today, we are talking about your North Star. Before we define what a North Star is, we need to talk about a word that has been absolutely ruined in modern business, and that word is strategic. I have sat in hundreds of board meetings, and I can tell you that strategic has become the most dangerous word in the corporate dictionary. It has become a get out of jail free card for bad business cases. Someone brings a proposal to upgrade the CRM system. It's wildly over budget, and the ROI is unclear. But they look you in the eye and say, Ella, we have to do it. It's strategic. Someone wants to sponsor a luxury golf tournament. It's strategic brand building. When everything is labeled strategic, the word loses all meaning. It just becomes a corporate synonym for, please give me the budget and don't look too closely at the maths. As leaders, we have to reclaim this word. A project is only strategic if it directly, measurably aligns with the CEO's top 3 corporate objectives. And that is what your North Star is. A North Star is not your company's mission statement. Making the world a better place through innovative software is a lovely sentiment, but it is useless. When you are trying to decide whether to allocate £2 million to a new marketing campaign or a new R&D facility, a North Star is highly specific, fiercely prioritized, and time-bound. Usually, it reflects the season your business is in. Let me explain. Businesses go through distinct seasons, and you cannot be in 2 seasons at once. Sometimes, you are in a season of land grab. This is all about market share, aggressive customer acquisition, and top-line revenue growth. In this season, you are willing to sacrifice short-term profit margins to capture territory. Think of Uber or Amazon in their early days. Other times, you are in a season of harvest. The market has matured, capital is expensive, and investors want returns. Your North Star shifts to operational efficiency, margin expansion, and cash flow generation. If your CEO and your board have decided that for the next 18 months, the company is in a season of harvest, then that is your North Star. So, what happens when a brilliant, highly capable product manager brings you a business case for a brand new experimental product line? The proposal says, this will lose money for 3 years, but it will capture 20% of a brand new market. It is a fantastic idea. It has a great long-term NPV, but you have to look them in the eye and say, no, why? Because the North Star right now is margin expansion. A capital-intensive project is pointing south when the company is marching north. If you approve it, you are actively fighting your own corporate strategy. This brings us to a fundamental principle. Michael Porter, the legendary Harvard professor, famously said, "The essence of strategy is choosing what not to do." A North Star doesn't just tell you what to say yes to. More importantly, it gives you the institutional permission to say no to very good ideas. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you are an executive at a mid-sized regional UK bank. The board has set a clear North Star: become the primary digital bank for Gen Z and millennial professionals. That is the North Star. Every ounce of capital, every hour of IT development, every marketing pound must propel the ship toward that constellation. Now, your head of retail banking submits a business case. They want to spend £5 million refurbishing 50 high street branches. They show that wealthy retirees love coming into the branch. And if you offer them premium coffee, they will deposit more money. The ROI on the refurbishment is a solid 18%. If you don't have a North Star, you approve that project. It makes money. But if you are a rigorous executive, you reject it. You reject it because refurbishing branches for retirees does absolutely nothing to make you the premier digital bank for Gen Z. In fact, It steals £5 million of capital and thousands of hours of attention. You must have the discipline to let your competitors win the battles you have chosen not to fight, so you can absolutely dominate the battlefield. So how do we operationalize this? How do you audit a business case for North Star alignment? When you are reviewing a proposal, you are looking for what I call the golden thread. The golden thread is a direct, unbroken line of logic between the project's primary KPI and the CEO's North Star objective. If the North Star is reduce customer churn by 15% and the case is for a new AI, the golden thread is clear. AI reduces response times. Faster responses increase satisfaction. Higher satisfaction reduces churn. Boom. The thread is tight. But beware of the zigzag thread. This is when a project sponsor tries to force a strategic fit using mental gymnastics. It sounds like this. Well, we want to build a staff gym. If we build a staff gym, employees will be healthier. If they are healthier, they will be happier. If they are happier, they will write better code. If they write better code, the app will be faster. If the app is faster, customer churn will drop. We've all heard pitches like that. It requires 6 leaps of faith and a miracle. If the golden thread is that weak, the project is not strategically aligned. It might be a nice perk, but it does not belong in the budget. When you review a business case, demand a straight line. Ask the sponsor, which of our top 3 objectives does this move the needle on? Defining and enforcing the North Star requires an incredible amount of leadership courage. It is easy to say no to bad ideas. It is agonizingly difficult to look a brilliant team member in the eye and say no to a good idea, simply because it is the wrong focus. But if you try to be everything to everyone, you will dilute your resources so severely that you will achieve absolutely nothing. A robust business case proves that a project is not just a good way to make money, but the right way to execute the company's strategy. Here is your mentorship challenge for this session. I want you to pull up the business case for the biggest project you are currently managing. Can you draw a straight, unbroken golden thread from that project's primary metric directly to your CEO's top objective for the year? Or are you relying on a zigzag of assumptions? If it's the latter, you have a strategic vulnerability. Fix it. Thank you for joining me today. If you are finding this rigorous approach valuable, please like this video and hit subscribe. In Lesson 3, we are going to dive into the mathematical reality of strategy, opportunity cost. I will see you there.